Hello, everybody, and you're very welcome to my preview of the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship for 2020. So, yes, Leinster Senior Hurling Championship is now about to commence. The first game that will set off the championship is Laois against Dublin. Now, it's a big game for both these counties. Dublin are looking to avenge last year's very surprise defeat when Laois toppled them in the preliminary quarterfinals after Laois had come from the Joe McDonough and out of nowhere just managed to beat Dublin. Now, this was no surprise to Eddie Brennan, who admitted after the match they should have beaten him in the league. And Laois had been building nicely under Eddie Brennan, and he's really got them pumped up for this game. He's put all the pressure back on Dublin um, towards this game. And Dublin, one thing about Dublin that people might not know is that, especially in hurling, that they don't like the favourites tag. They don't really handle being the favourites quite well, so it'll suit Leeds perfectly. Like, everyone's saying that Dublin will win by at least 5 or 6 points, but I don't think there's any guarantee that Dublin are definitely going to win this game. I think they're going to have to bring their A game, because Leeds will have the belief that they can do it 2 years running, and I'm sure Leeds will want to show that it wasn't a flash in the pan, that like they are a very capable side, and they'll want to progress on from last year as well. And they've been out of the Leinster Championship now for the last couple of years, so I think they'll definitely want to make a statement. Now, the winners of that will play Kilkenny. Now, it is hard to see either Dublin or Laois advancing to a Leinster final after this, because I think Kilkenny, definitely the Winter Championship, it does suit them. They have done very well in the league the last couple of years, and I can see them very much getting to a Leinster final this year and doing well in this year's championship, because you can never write Kilkenny off. They've got plenty of winners. They did make the All-Ireland final last year, despite everything. They got to the All-Ireland final last year, and TJ Reid, Colin Fennelly, you always have a chance with these boys. And if Richie Hope can get back fit as well, I think that they can definitely win a Leinster title this year and do very well. And it's going to take a good team to beat them. I think that even outside Leinster, I think it's going to take a good team to take out Kilkenny. Now, the final game, the semi-final, is between Galway and Wexford. Now, this is a very tasty fixture. I think this is the pick probably of the games, and it's a very hard one to call. Wexford, current Leinster champions, they'll definitely want to win 2 in a row. They've got Davy back again. I think Davy will be very determined. Will they evolve a bit more? Will they keep the sweeper, or will they keep the type? That's the thing with the Winter Championship. Like, I think things will be different than usually in the summer. How many new fellas would it bring on? Like Wexford, they had an okay league. It wasn't amazing, but they still got the jobs done. So it's hard to know whether that. Galway played a lot of new players. They have a new manager, Shea O'Neill. They had a lot of good players, and I saw them against Tipperary, and they were quite good. I mean, they may have lost other games, but even when they were losing games, like, they were playing a lot of players like throughout the league. I think they might have actually used the most players of anyone throughout the league. Like, I think they were the top 2, but I believe a lot. I think themselves, Kilkenny, I believe, played the most players in the league. So they were using fellas in different games, and I think that's what Galway needs to do, actually, because they couldn't go back to the same fellas like the last couple of years. I think that was a big criticism maybe of talking to a few Galway people, that the criticism maybe in 2018 was that they didn't rebuild, they didn't put enough pressure on the current team at that time. Really, there was no one really. Like, they've only had one change, really, if you look at their team from 2018 2017, really. That was James Scahill, and that was in a forced change. So there wasn't that real competition coming along between both from the bench and dislodging lads. So I think that's what Shea O'Neill, I say, has recognised, and says, okay, I need to get a competitive panel. I need to have fellas that are good enough to knock fellas off the team. I need to be able to tell players that if you're not playing well, you will not be on my team. And I think Shea O'Neill has. It'll be interesting to see what team Shea O'Neill picks as well, because they are down a few bodies, but they got a big boost in Joseph Cooney being back. I think will be a major addition to their winter campaign this year. He's a very physical player, very good ball player. play in the backs or could play in the forwards, backs, half forward, centre back. Depends really. I think he's a very versatile player, which you need in the modern era. And I think the Leinster Championship will be excellent this year. It was definitely the better championship last year. 'Cause last year in the round robin you had the 4 teams all fighting for 3 spots. And you didn't even know who was going to win the Leinster final. Great scenes at the end of Kilkenny Wexford last year where Davy Fitz was asking everyone, okay, what's the story? Are we through to Leinster final? Are we in third place? Are we knocked out? That's what the Leinster Championship. That's what championships are about. And I think that it won't disappoint this year as well. And I think that my money at the minute would be on Kilkenny to win the Leinster title, because I think that it's on their DNA to lose 3 finals in a row, and I think they will definitely get back to the final. And I think they are due a win against both Galway and Wexford, although they both of them had their number under the last few years. I think Kilkenny, you can't write them off, and I think a Leinster title would be a good silverware for them, a success for them, and I think they have a very good chance. I think they could be the good bet to win this year's Leinster title. So yeah, that's all for this preview. I hope that you watch the games, and best of luck to all the teams, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.